everybody, welcome to the Comic Guy Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to talk about the unfortunate news. Blade has lost its director, which is already a big deal as it is. But Blade is supposed to start filming in about 2 to 3 months from now. So usually when you lose your director, like Marvel has lost directors before. They've lost 4 directors. 4 directors that I can think of off top of my head. They lost Patty Jenkins on Thor the Dark World. They lost Edgar Wright, obviously, on Ant-Man. They lost Scott Derrickson. Okay, maybe more. 5. Maybe 5. And they lost the director, John Watts on Fantastic Four, and this makes 5. This is the 5th director the MCU has lost. I mean, the 5th director in about 30 films, but, you know, who's counting? The 5th director in 30 films that they have lost. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But, so, this isn't a new thing to happen. What is new is that losing the director this close to filming, because even when they lost Scott Derrickson, like, I don't think the movie was that close. It might have been like 7, 8 months away from filming, and maybe he did, like, you know, it might have been in the ballpark, but it wasn't this close to filming. You know what I mean? It wasn't this close to filming. 2 months, damn near, from filming. So to lose a director this late in the game it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. But also, after the loss of the director, reports started coming out that everyone's frustrated. Mustafa Ali is frustrated with the process. Apparently, people aren't satisfied with the actual script, which is described to be 90 pages and have 2 lackluster action scenes in it, according to some. So, no one's satisfied with the script. The director left, obviously, over certain things with this. And the word is that Kevin Feige has stretched himself so thin. Oh, I'm sorry. Has stretched himself so thin that he can't even, I don't know, I thought somebody was pulling up. That he hasn't really been as involved in the situation over there as he should have been. That he could have that perhaps if it was back in the day and he was just making 2 to 3 movies, he could have shown up more and been there to shepherd the project more and to be involved, and things would have worked out a bit better or a bit differently. But that some people are saying he's doing so much that he's not able to be everywhere, and particularly this is one of the movies that got hurt because of his not being able to be everywhere at the same timeness, so to speak, of him stretching himself too thin. So there's a lot of things going on with the Blade movie. Now, granted, there was a lot of drama around Black Panther Wakanda Forever while they were filming, and the movie looks amazing. Who knows what it's going to turn out to be? But if everything is indication, from the marketing, to the toys, to the costume, to the images, it looks great. Looks fantastic. You look at those trailers and stuff, and you would have never guessed there was any drama on set. No. Oh, man. You would have never guessed there was any drama on set. There's nothing in the presentation that they've had so far that really shows that the drama and the stuff with Letitia Wright and everything affected the film. So, drama and chaos doesn't necessarily mean a terrible film. Obviously, you know. It doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to turn out wrong. Obviously, you know, because I enjoyed Doctor Strange, and I thought Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was a fun-ass film, and I very much love the Ant-Man movie. So that's just 2 examples of losing a director, and it turned out fine. Thor the Dark World couldn't be saved. That could not have been saved. But, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully they find, like, it's going to get pushed back. But my question really is, how important is Blade to the MCU really? Like, put your fanboy hat down. Put your Wesley Snipes loving 1999 Blade 2, you know, loving ass down. Put yourself down. Take a deep breath and take a step back and tell me, how important is Blade to this MCU right now? Because I'm taking a step back, and outside of Werewolf by Night and Moon Knight, there is no projects that are gonna be supernatural involved. In fact, we're leading to the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, which are two insanely cosmic events that honestly have jack all to do with anything supernatural, which is Blade's, forte. Now, sure, Blade has script in recent years, I'd say last decade, Blade has they have kind of used him more in different things. Like, he's been a member of the Avengers and shit. Like, he is doing more than just hunting vampires and shit. He's like a full-fledged superhero these days in the comics. To be fair, he is more like a full-fledged superhero in the modern day comics. He's not just this, dark dude in the shadows hunting vampires and kind of just keep it to... No, that's what he used to be. Now he is involved more in shit. He is more of a superhero who happens to also hunt vampires. So, to be fair, they could be going for that. Easily make him more of that. But, the more I thought about it, and the more things got announced, when Blade originally got announced, we didn't know a lot. You know what I mean? We didn't know a lot. We knew that we didn't even know what the next Avengers movie was. We didn't even know when there was going to be another Avengers movie. And when it initially got announced and Mahershala Ali got announced, Mahershala Ali was like 40, 45, some shit like that. He's like 45 something. Now he's almost 50, dude. It's been that long. And the way this movie is going, he's going to be 50 by the time it comes out. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm just not 100% sure he wants Wesley Snipes is different. Because Wesley Snipes is always in tip-top shape. Wesley Snipes is a martial artist. He's in tip-top shape all the time. Not to say Mahershala Ali isn't, but does Mahershala Ali at 50 years old want to get in superhero shape? Is the question. In his first movie, how the MCU goes, it might be another 3 years before he gets the sequel, and it might be another 3 years before he gets the third movie. So it's that's a lot. Mahershala Ali could potentially be 62, 60 years old by the time he gets to his third Blade movie. And does he really want to be doing this at 60? That's what I'm just wondering. And it's just man, I'm just at the time it was exciting. You have this Oscar winner to play Blade. At the time it seemed dope. But man, more time passes, the troubles this film is having. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say something that might piss some people off. And I'm okay pissing some people off here. Maybe the Blade movie needs to be put on the back burner. Like I said, I want to see it. I want to see what the MCU does. I'm excited for it. You guys know Wesley Snipes' Blade is a very important film to me. Because I love that movie to death. Because at the time, I had never seen a black superhero. At least I had never seen a black superhero done well. There were, but it was Steel and shit. It was fucking Shaquille O'Neal's Steel and, shit like that. I had never seen a black superhero, or a black hero in a movie like this. In a movie fighting monsters. And I had never seen that before. It was so influential on me. It made an impact on me. Really did. So Blade means a lot to me, and I want to see it happen. I want to see it succeed. But in my heart, I keep having to come back to the question of, what the fuck is Blade to the MCU right now? That has nothing to do with nothing. Because everything in the MCU, in the big movies, are pointing towards cosmic shit. Cosmic shit. In every movie you can kind of point out, sure, some movies, maybe it might not be something cosmic involved, like the Thunderbolts and the new Captain America movie, but they're all pointing somewhere, you know what I mean? They're all whereas Blade, I'm okay, there'll be this awesome, random-ass, supernatural vampire movie in the middle of the MCU that has nothing to do with nothing. At least that's how I feel about it as of now, because I'm just I'm trying to think of how important is Blade to the MCU, because I don't want them to have to push everything back months to wait for Blade. Honestly, if we got to can Blade so that we can preserve the rest of the MCU, so that the rest of the MCU could just kind of push forward and keep doing their thing, might be a good idea. It might. And it'll be the first time in the history of the MCU they've actually announced and had a whole movie ready to go, and they kind of canceled it, but because Mahershala Ali isn't getting any younger. I'm already wondering the importance of this project to the wider MCU. And like I said, like, besides the Mahershala Ali thing, you would have to push back the rest of the MCU months to find a director and have them come in. Because I don't think anyone's gonna, like, unless you can get someone to come in and just jump into the seat and do it, which you might not be, which is probably something you won't be able to do. Unless Kevin Feige says, fuck this shit, I'm scrapping out the hatches, I am gonna direct this shit myself. I don't think that's what happened, but that's the only thing I can see. Otherwise, it might be just fine to put this film on the back burner, release Mahershala Ali, and just come back to this at a later date when you have the space and you have a director and you have a good script and everything. Because the last thing you need to do is try to force this shit. Then you have a terrible movie with a terrible script. Mahershala Ali's miserable. He's bitching. He's crying. Now you got this out there. You got this cancerish film out there. People are angry because you made a bad film. It may be best to put this film on the back burner. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Guy Movie Show. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.